has the details straight ahead.
And after celebrating 100 years of existence, St. Agnes Anglican Church receives 3,000 books from a happy donor. So stay close for that.
Plus an art and agricultural showcase. It may sound strange, but once Dungalik Studios involved, it's always amazing.
And coming up in sports, pastors and politicians clash at Peace on the Streets.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Marlena, I'll be your co-pilot for the next couple of weeks or so. In fact, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yes. And our passengers are expecting an awesome but steady flight. No turbulence.
No turbulence. Anyone who knows me knows I'm no fan of turbulence. Okay? So the flight will be steady, of course, and let's test it out and dive right into the news.
There you go.
First up, coming up tonight, is preserving culture through music. That's the mission behind the Cat Island Accordion and French Camp. What started as a chance encounter in Paris has flourished into a growing international movement to revive a once forgotten Bahamian instrument. And our Lyle Maycock has the story tonight.
The Cat Island Accordion and French Camp was born from a story and a spark. Founder Diana Hamilton, a Bahamian living in Paris, crossed paths with a French musicologist who had fallen in love with the Bahamian rhythms she heard as a child.
Somebody was interested in Bahamian music that had heard it as a child in Czechoslovakia when it was communist. And she heard Joseph Spence and she absolutely fell in love, and so she came to Paris as an adult and became a musicologist. She said, why don't we go to the Bahamas and see if this music that you are speaking about when you were growing up, if it still exists.
Their journey led them to Cat Island, where they met local musician Frank Williams. His plea was simple but powerful. The accordion tradition on the island was dying, and he wanted to pass it on.
He said to me, if I could only have an accordion, at least I would teach my sons, right? So back then I said, well, I'll help. And then I went back to France.
Since 2013, the camp has grown from island sessions to international stages, and now Nassau, where students learn to play the accordion and a foreign language.
I thought, well, if I bring in a French instructor who will teach exclusively in French, they'll be put in the same sort of environment, psychological environment as their ancestors. They have to really listen and focus, and by the miracle that is, it worked.
Graham McKay, a 2021 world champion accordionist from Scotland, now leads instruction, bringing a global perspective to a local revival.
Yeah, so legacy is a very important thing, and I'm carrying not only the legacy of the ability that I have, but also what my grandfather and my father left before me as well. So I get to tell their stories as well as play their tunes.
For campers like Christian Ferguson, it's not just a summer experience, it's a skill he plans to carry forward.
We continue playing the accordion, but I think that once you get to know the different button layout, and learn how to read the notes, you can be good at it.
With each note, a generation once disconnected from the past is now building a musical future, one note at a time. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lyle Maycock.
Great story, Lyle. Well, in a world flooded with distractions, one delivery is offering a different kind of attention, one that could reshape futures and restore focus where it matters most.
Our Maya Moss has more.
In a moment that blends youth and literacy with lasting intent, St. Agnes Anglican Church has received 3,000 books, an initiative aimed at strengthening the academic readiness and personal growth of the next generation. The collection delivered this Sunday included a wide array of materials, from early picture learning books to faith-based reflections and culturally relevant stories. The donation underscores not just as a giveaway of books, but more so an intentional placement of opportunity, knowledge, and the vision into the lives of the future. The donor behind this pivotal initiative, Eugene Robinson, shared the inspiration behind the gesture.
I can honestly say, after establishing national booksellers, reading, I realized the significance of reading, the importance of reading, and how reading, not just reading books, but reading great books, can change your life. Encourage students to take advantage of the many bookstores, national booksellers, for example. Number one thing is providing books, educational books, grade books, law books, books in science, books about wealth, books about money management, books about things that they wouldn't teach you in school. For example, investing in real estate, investing in land, investing in yourselves.
Speaking on behalf of their peers, Layla and Lene Barr, both students, say while literacy remains essential, the constant pull of social media and outside pressures has caused many in their generation to lose interest for meaningful learning and intellectual growth.
I think this is a great initiative that Mr. Robinson has done. Reading is a vital aspect of life, as a lot of information is found in books, and as youth today, we find ourselves on the phone a lot, but reading is very important because a lot of information is in it, the books, and it broadens your horizons.
Social media has become a replacement for books. Youth, and not even youth by themselves, the older generation as well, they spend a lot of time on social media rather than picking up a book and just reading a chapter or even a few pages. And I feel as though
as stories find new homes and young minds rediscover the power of print, the push for literacy turns a new page, reminding us that knowledge is still the greatest gift we can give. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Art meets agriculture this weekend as creativity and community come together at Dungalik Studios for a unique celebration of sustainability and Bahamian culture. The event, a collaboration between Adjuwant's Arts and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture, providing attendees with an opportunity to explore vibrant artwork that tells a story of Bahamian farming and food systems.
Technical coordinator for the IICA, Ebony Adderley, says that with 7 artists participating in the exhibition, the goal is to use the creativity of each artist as a means of expression with this year's theme.
We don't think about how agriculture manifests through our lived experiences, how we engage in everyday life, the things we eat, the things we wear, the activities that we engage in. In Bahamas, we have a very strong cultural connection to agriculture. John Canoe, the goatskin drums, plat straw. It's ingrained in our Bahamian identity. So we wanted to create a space where that can thrive.
2 of the exhibition artists say that while the theme was initially off-putting, their creativity and passion for art inspired them to create influential pieces.
And I said, oh my God, what would I do for this? I do a lot of 3D art, as you can see here. And so I decided that I would prepare a piece using fruits and vegetables on a 3D canvas. And so I was very excited. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and it was my gift to myself when I was turning 50 to start an art club. I attended an art club, and I kind of perfected what I guess was already buried in me. And so my artwork is pieces that would bring joy to other people. And it is my hope that when people see my paintings, it would do something for them.
Still to come, while we're on the subject of art, photographer Adjuwan Culmer joins us live in studio to talk about the work.
And of course, our meteorologist Basil Dean is on the other side of the break with weather, so stay close.
Hot days, warm nights, but cool savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs, 15 ounces, $1.69. Jacquard vegetable or canola oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Ginger Evans flour, 5 pounds, $3.69. Yellow corn, 3 for $1.99. Whole chickens, $1.89 per pound. Duck the summer heat and cool off with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Here, these for you. place must have got false bottom, because they look empty to me.
Not for long. You taking us shopping right now.
For what?
Things you're gonna need in case you can't get out of your house after a natural disaster.
We know when we had one hurricane around here.
That's it. We get 2 lakhs. It ain't only hurricane, we gotta worry about, we could have tsunami or we could have earthquake. And they don't give you no time to go shopping.
What kind of earthquake?
Scientists just find one faulty line over there by McGuana. And even though they say it's stationary, it's there. So we need to go and get our survival kit.
Like what?
What you mean, like what? Plastic bag to put your important papers in, like water, medication, flashlight, radio, canned goods, things you need, things you might need, just in case you can't get out of your house after a natural disaster. These 2 plastic containers, the children them could paint them up in their special colors so they could know what they're looking for when you send them to look for it.
That's one thing I like about you. You always ready.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast. We get you started with our live weather radar, and it is showing some showers just to the north of us, and that's associated with a troughing to the north of the Bahamas. And just around the southeast Bahamas, we have this mid to upper level trough, which is moving through the southeast Bahamas. That will generate pockets of showers and thunderstorms over the southeast Bahamas, including the Turks and Caicos Islands, gradually spreading into the central Bahamas tonight. And by tomorrow, those showers will make their way into the northwest Bahamas. And by Wednesday, we will see those showers clearing out as it pushes off towards the west. And your boating forecast tonight, well, that's brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. Now, for the northwestern islands tonight, those winds are going to be out of the south at 10 to 15 knots. The wave height is 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will take place at 23 minutes past midnight. For the central parts of the country, southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, wave height 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast Bahamas, winds southeast at 12 to 18 knots, wave height 3 to 6 feet. So we ask small craft in the southeast Bahamas to exercise some caution tonight. And then tomorrow in the northwest and central islands, those winds will fall off light and variable with very flat sea conditions, beautiful boating conditions. High tide will take place at 6:06 in the morning with a low tide at 12:13 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas on Tuesday, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, the wave height 2 to 4 feet. And on Wednesday in the northwest and central islands, the winds pick up, becoming southeast at 12 to 18 knots, the wave height is building 3 to 6 feet, so small craft will come back into effect for the northwest and central islands on Wednesday. High tide, that will occur at 7 to 5 in the morning with a low tide at 1:11 in the afternoon. And for the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, very rough seas, 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. So caution flags are also in place for the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. International temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Marlena.
Thanks, Basil. Well, photographer Ajwan Kalmer joins us tonight, so I'll give him a warm welcome to Access Now. Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, first of all, can you tell us, how old were you when you got into photography?
So I think I was about 16, 17. At the time, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture was doing this program that allowed young Bahamians that are interested in photography, videography to really hone in on that craft and sharpen some skills. So I took advantage of that, and it kind of started from there as well.
So did it initially start as a curiosity, or did you already know, this is what I want to do, I want to be a photographer?
I would definitely say that it started as a curiosity. I had a family member of mine, an uncle, that had a camera, and I was always fascinated with just how it operated, what was going on, and I just wanted to be able to bring something to it, translate it into a really creative art form of my own as well.
Awesome. So since those beginnings, how long have you been operating, as a business, being a photographer?
So professionally, because I actually started shooting from my iPhone, actually.
I was going to ask you about that later.
Yeah, so like after I graduated, that was the pandemic and all of that. So I just started finding creative ways to use my phone and just kind of capture from there. Yeah.
So I was going to say, I feel like a lot of people probably feel limited by whether or not they feel like they have the right equipment. Would you have any advice for someone who is feeling like they would love to get into it, but maybe it's not the right time because I don't have the right camera?
I'll definitely say start with what you have. Definitely get creative. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. Whether you have the most expensive equipment to the cheap one.
Just the phone.
Just the phone. Just get creative, have fun, and you'll definitely see the magic that you can create. Just
developing that eye.
Definitely.
So when it comes to your photography, what kind of photography do you find yourself doing most often professionally?
Professionally, I find myself doing a lot of high fashion, editorial work. A little bit of commercial here and there, but I enjoy the high fashion editorial stuff.
So that was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you what kind of photography you most enjoy. So it sounds like you're getting lucky and being able to have that overlap, that what you're doing most is also what you enjoy most?
Yes, definitely. I definitely want to be doing like magazine work and stuff like that, so yeah.
Amazing. And so where can we find you, be it online or do you have an in-person studio?
I do have an in-person studio, but you can find me online at Unaj Official. That's UNAJ.official.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Ajwan.
Thank you
and thank you so much for that advice. I'm sure photographers at home would be super grateful and hopefully inspired that you can start with whatever you've got.
Definitely.
We can't wait to see you soon. Now, but unfortunately, it's time for us to check in. We have to leave you. It's time for us to go to sports and see what's on tap.
And the pastors and politicians clash at the Kendall G. Lysick Gymnasium. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Fuel the difference. Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health.
Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The Kendall G. Lysick Gymnasium was the place to be last night. It's facing off yet again. It would be the pastors and politicians on the final night of the Michael Scooter Reed Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic. The clergy trying to keep their unprecedented winning streak alive, while the politicians trying to pick up their first win, which has eluded them since the game's inception. Our intern, Swanson Gibson Jr., was courtside last night. Let us know who took on bragging rights for another year after the buzzer had sounded.
Excitement rang throughout the Kendall Lysick Gym on Sunday night as fans watched the clergy battle the politicians in their annual Peace on the Streets matchup. It was a thrilling affair, with the clergy getting significant offensive production from their backcourt in the first half, leading by as much as 10 points. Their defensive prowess was also on display, heavily pressuring the ball handlers throughout. The politicians would show resilience, having an offensive surge in the third quarter with their big men, the Honorable Bacchus Roll and Leonardo Lightbourne, getting it done in the paint and on the perimeter. At the beginning of the fourth, the politicians' efforts would pay off as Lightbourne would hit a three to take the lead, as well as the game's momentum. After leading for most of the fourth, the politicians would get sloppy with their ball handling, resulting in costly turnovers and easy buckets for the clergy. With 46 seconds remaining, Jeff Roll would recover a loose ball, kicking it to Carlos Reed for the outlet and to Don Clark for the go-ahead layup. The clergy would go on to defeat the politicians once again, 42-39.
We practiced, we prayed, we worked hard, and at the end of the game, we knew that once we stick with our game plan, it was going to manifest on the court. We know we had the better legs, but they gave us a good push, and it was an excellent game.
Yeah, every year we come out here knowing we are better than them. Of course, they're much younger than us, but at the end of the day, again, this was another game that we thought we should have won. All we need to do is control the ball. You put the big three in to rebound the ball, and 3 consecutive times we let them rebound the basketball. Crucial turnovers, up 5, less than a minute. That's not a game that you should lose.
The Peace on the Streets Classic producing 3 decades of high-level competition. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
Thanks, Swanson. From the hardwood to the sand. Well, literally, the Sand Wars flag football tournament set to kick off its 8th edition this weekend over at the National Beach Soccer Stadium. And organizers this year are joined by some very special guests. In the house to spectate will be former Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Julio Jones, along with award-winning record producer Polo the Don. ZNS Total Sports team caught up with the soon-to-be Hall of Fame wide receiver and how he got connected with the event.
I love the Bahamas. It's like my second home. About to be my first home, actually. You know what I'm saying? I love it down here. I love the people down here. I love the culture, everything about it. Reggie, man, actually, Kevin brought Sand Wars to my attention. Talking about he had a team and Sand Wars and things like that. I was like, what is that? Sand Wars, isn't that? So I came out rocking with Jimmy. Jimmy took me around, talked to some people about Sand Wars. Reggie came over. We had a great conversation about it, man. I'm looking forward to this year, Sand War, and just want to be a part of Sand Wars as well, too, because first of all, keep it in the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a great experience in the Bahamas. When you come here, it'll be something I look forward to doing and even bringing more people here to see, the Sand Wars, the competition side of things, and from the youth to the adults as well to come out and support it.
And for organizer Reggie Knowles, he says fans can certainly expect competition at this year's tournament.
This year we are in our 8th season. What we offer is highlights. It's fun, fantastic, fast, furious football. Sand Wars is the NFL without pads. But when it comes to what we have to offer, we have a lot of teams, international teams coming in. We have 16 teams available this time. We have 2 teams coming in from Cayman. We have 2 from Abaco, 3 from Freeport, and the other remaining teams are from Nassau.
As we look at your sports on this Monday, until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
Season. We got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Tranquil and serene. You're looking at a shot of Lake Killarney, courtesy of Mr. Kyson Miller. Beautiful and a peaceful shot there. You know, some might say it's just as peaceful as Long Island. My co-pilot is all ready for takeoff. Let's take a flight to Long Island, the land of the best steamed mutton. Let's go.
So Long Island is not only running sheep, it's running full speed ahead into a bright and creative future. The team here at Access Now extends heartfelt congratulations to the Church of God of Prophecy in Long Island on the successful completion of its summer program, proudly held under the theme Created to Create.
Yes, the program gave young Long Islanders a platform to tap into their artistic talents, creating beautiful works under the expert guidance of their instructors.
The Long Island Association also expressed its gratitude to the program's coordinators for all their hard work. Long Island, the land of the best steamed mutton, I'll say curry mutton as well, by far.
It's true. Indeed, the best. But what's also the best, and we dare anyone to refute it.
Absolutely. It's Let's Talk Socials with Matea Cunningham.
Good evening, everyone. Hot in social media news this week is Bahamian commercials and marketing. Yes, that's right. Bahamian brand marketing has skyrocketed in recent years, producing fresh, funny, and creative campaigns. One brand in particular caught our eye. If you guessed The Closet & Co., you're absolutely correct. The Closet & Co. recently launched their brand new Womanish handbag. For non-Bahamians, womanish is a Bahamian colloquialism that refers to a young lady who acts too mature for her age or tries to grow up too quickly. What used to be considered a scolding or even an insult has now become a sassy yet authoritative adjective. Here's how they decided to market the new product.
Coming up tonight this Independence evening, despite postponed events and inclement weather, hundreds still turned out to Cricket Park hoping to witness the annual Independence celebration. From there, it was down to Bay Street or the People's Club. Welcome to bringing in Independence the best way Bahamians know how. Plus, a boldly beautiful, boldly Bahamian
Let me be your woman, 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 woman. I can be your woman, 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 woman. Let me be your woman, 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 woman. I can be your woman, 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 woman.
Now, of course, this is a social media course, so here's the part where I teach you something new. Most of us are used to seeing commercials on television, but as we know, we're in a digital age where it's more effective to reach your target audience through social media than traditional TV breaks. If you've got a brand you're trying to advertise, social media might be your best bet for maximum results. That's all for today. My name is Matea, and this has been Let's Talk Socials.
Making it happen.
Well, that does it for Access Now for tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow to see what Chef Mark of Heavenly Creations is chefing up.
And stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson. His guest tonight is Monique Seymour, chairman of the F&M's Bamboo Town Association.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.